Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, aka Tony. Here's some of my nearest and dearest. We got Doe, Mateo, and Pucho in the building today, boys. This beautiful day. Early mornings. Or late. I don't know, for whoever else is up in the world.
Late as fuck. Anybody waking up at 11 talking something, it's early. I mean, I don't got no strong opinions about that, but you're
some people work late shifts. You know, they work graveyards.
That's why I said I don't got strong opinions about that. I respect different times, but I don't know. I'm an early bird. I get tight, especially out here in Florida. Ain't nothing be open, nothing. I want to wake up at 7 a.m. and be like, yo, let me go get a coffee. And the only place that's remotely open is Starbucks. It's like, bro, how come your mom and pop saying no? Fuck a Starbucks.
Fuck a Doughboy, yo.
Bucho, that's not true because Frenchie's is open till 5, and then they close for 3 hours, and then they're open again at 8.
He said 7 though, Mateo. It's different. By 8 o'clock, he's already had his coffee in his private little kitchen, and then he's all chilling. We don't need to be going out.
Well, good. Then he's prepped to go to Frenchie's and have some Coors Light.
Watch some the Price is Right.
Wheel of
Fortune or Price is Right.
So
I think it's Wheel of Fortune.
I've got a fun update on that dive bar I went to last time. So I went to my normal bar. I went to the bar that I took Doey to. I went to this bar called the Night Owl, and I was talking to some of the other regulars there, and I was telling the story to Josh about this dive bar that I went to and how fucking weird it was. And this group of two dudes, an older Mexican dude and an older white dude, were like also listening to our conversation. They were like, and the Mexican dude looks over and he's like, "You into Buddies?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "And they served you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Let me tell you a story." He's like, "So Buddies used to be owned by this other bar here in town called the Poodle Lounge." And he's like, "And the Poodle Lounge was owned by a bunch of racists." He's like, "I went there one time back in like the 70s or 80s, and there were four other patrons there, and then there was the bartender, and I went and sat at the bar, and the bartender was doing bartending things and like restocking and whatnot. And then every now and then he'd look around and he would refill their drinks and he'd give them new beers, and then he'd go back to doing bartender stuff. And finally, after about 20 minutes there, one of the dudes at the bar turns to him and is like, 'Hey man, you know they're not going to serve you here.' And he's like, 'What do you mean?' He's like, 'They're not going to serve you here.' He's like, 'Okay, but why?' And the guy looked him up and down, and then he pointed to his skin, and then he pointed to his skin. It was a white man. And he was like, 'They're not going to serve you here.' And the guy was like, 'Oh, all right.' And he was like, 'Cool, good to know.' And he walked out. That same owner went and opened up Buddy's place, apparently. And it's a known, like, racist white bar. What? So... yeah, that's why that bar experience was so weird, because it was apparently a very racist old-timer bar. So I'm not going to be going back to that place.
But they served you?
They did serve me, yes.
Maybe they're changing.
It was a young bartender, so maybe the old-timer bartenders there are not as friendly.
Yeah.
Maybe they have some of the more the old ideals that bar was founded on or something.
Yeah, on the previous episode, you told the story and you said that you had a weird experience with a lot of old people asking you questions and things like that. And I asked, what do you think was the root of that? Do you think it was because of the color of your skin? And you're like, I don't know, maybe it's just like an age thing, you know? I don't know. It might be rethinking that, huh?
Absolutely.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Nuts. Yo, they were like,
if I go to Austin, crazy. Take me to that bar. If we go to Austin, take me to that bar.
For what?
It definitely gives a new edge to that
Tony
question.
Loves racist.
That question.
Nope.
That question.
I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna ask for the drink, and I'm gonna sit there, and I'm gonna pull out a Mexican flag and put it over my shoulders, and ask them to play Mexican music.
So it does add a new edge to them asking me why I decided to come here specifically when I was at that bar. And it also explains why when we were watching the opening ceremony of the Olympics that night, they all did start booing every time a Middle Eastern country came on.
That's terrible.
I don't remember you saying that.
You didn't say that. You left that out.
I don't know if I mentioned that on the previous one, but it came to me later on. I was like, they did boo every time a Middle Eastern team came on.
Wow.
That is horrible.
So yeah, racist bars are still around. So that's the thing.
Fucking sick. That's crazy. Well, Doe, how was your week? This shit is wild, Mateo. You find the weirdest fucking bars,
That
dude.
shit
Like,
is crazy. That interaction, yo. But you know what? I know Mateo. He's such like a. He's a very outgoing, like he's easy to talk to. So like anywhere he goes, he just can strike up a conversation. And those
Them
people
niggas-
them people are probably like, ooh, we can probe him. We can just ask him questions. Like, you know what I mean?
better be careful. They might try to follow you home and shit. And fucking, you gotta watch out, bro.
That's
Yeah.
fine. When I'm stumbling home from the bar, I don't even know what path I'm gonna take, so it's fine.
You're like, here, help me over this fence.
That's your that's your technique, the drunken master walk. You just fucking just walk and see who's following you.
Oh man. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I'm good though. I went and visited my nephew. He's good. I dropped him off a very nice present. I got him a bike. I'm like the Johnny Appleseed of bicycles. Everywhere I go, I just bless someone here. Bicycle. Another
crazy.
one.
This is what I was telling you about. That Doey has cult-like tendencies. Like he'll pick up a new fucking way of life, and he's just like, everybody got to live my way now. I'm a cyclist. Everyone's a cyclist. You should buy a bike. You should buy a bike. He's just running the streets, just buying bikes and commanding people to buy bikes. This shit has happened. There's cycles. Doey's gonna get into the next new thing, and he's gonna want everybody to be down with that. Right now it's bikes. I mean, what was it, like 3 years ago or so? It was the seltzer water. He got on the seltzer water train, and he's like, everybody gotta get seltzer water. He's like, you don't want some La Croix? Or what about or what was the other one that you really liked? You didn't like LaCroix
I like
that much.
Schweppes.
Schweppes. He wanted to buy stocks in Schweppes. He's like,
I could have made money, bro. I could have made money. All right. It's the best. It's the best shit ever. All right. I'm sorry. 2 things that changed my life very positively: seltzer water, because I stopped drinking soda, and bicycle, because I started getting that workout. I also bought my second bike, guys. Ring a ding 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 ding. Yeah, I got a bike without a motor, and
you took the bike back already?
I took that small fucking bike back. Yes,
and you got a new bike, so
and I got
a third bike,
a larger bike. Yeah,
okay. A man's
no, but
bike.
it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same price though. So
what's large about it? The frame or
dude, the guy was. I was like, yo, I got one for you, and he's like, but it's a woman's bike. And I'm like, and he's like, but there's no difference between a woman's bike and a man's bike. And
so
I'm
then
like,
why say it's a woman's bike?
I don't know.
They're usually step-through bikes.
So it did have a little lower. It was still very aggressive looking, but it just like the step through definitely had like a step through look. I rode this bike for a week and I was miserable. It wasn't the right size for me. Yeah, basically it was a large, but it was for a large woman, but a small man. You know what I mean? Like there's definitely a bike for a smaller man, and there was nothing about that bike that I was enjoying. I was miserable for like a week.
That sounds like a commercial fucking slogan. It's like made for a woman or a small man.
That sounds really bad too, though. Like, I don't know,
because people are insecure. That's why.
That
it's
sucks.
not really.
But everything was smaller on there. Like the handlebar length was mad short. Like my reach, it was too. It wasn't. There wasn't enough reach. I couldn't like change my stance. The crank arms were smaller than a normal men's bike, so it just felt really weird.
Is it safe to say that bike is made for shorter men?
For like a short man, that would have been like good, like 5'6", 5'7". Yeah, like that bike would have been okay. But for me, no.
So would this person over here be able to ride that bike?
On my screen,
Ooh.
you're pointing off into the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
This person over here.
You mean this person?
Nah. I think personally, like, men are built differently, bro. The geometry for a man is different for a woman. Some of those bicycle parts are much smaller than what a normal man would need.
The one up you would have done there right there, Mateo's been like, I don't ride those sissy bikes. I ride motorcycles. Like, you
Yeah.
would've just- that's
Oh
the
man, but
one
I
up,
don't
right?
yet. I need to go pick mine up, man. I keep
It's
putting.
Oh, you
really-
still haven't got it?
I keep putting it off. I've got like other trips and things that have been planned, and I need to just go and check them out.
Motorcycles are pretty cheap too.
Yeah.
Cheap as in like not at all comparable to like a car.
It depends on what kind you're going for. The ones I'm looking for,
Yeah.
like I'm looking at about like $6,000. $6,000 is about what I'm going to spend on mine.
Oh,
Right.
damn.
You're not gonna find a good car at $6,000.
No.
Like,
I-
like that's what I'm saying. It's like the price range for motorcycles. Like the fucking Bentley of motorcycles are what? Like Harleys and big ass Harleys.
Harleys, some of those new electric motorcycles,
Hayabusas.
those things.
How much those go for? Like 20, 30 something grand?
You can get up to 40, 60, man. Real easy on some of those. Those high-end motorcycles are crazy, especially those electric ones, because those things are basically just rocket ships. Like
The electric ones?
yeah, because there's no gearbox. It's just you throttle and you go, and those things have crazy like sub.
That's some Tron shit.
Yeah, they have crazy like sub 2 second like 0 to 60 times. Like they're frightening.
I might
Yeah,
want an electric
one of the
bike.
comments that everybody makes about those Teslas is like, we're so conditioned for engines, right? That like when you turn a car on, that subtle vibration of the car is a cue to us that we're so conditioned for. The car's on and we're not moving, but it's like at idle. When you hit that gas, the feeling of the transmission and the gears and all that, the loud revving, all that stuff is like almost like a prep. We get prepared to like speed off and stuff like that. And those Teslas, because they're all electric, they're silent pretty much. So when you hit the gas on those things, it just boom, it just takes off, and it like the people in the car, they're always like, it's unexpectedly fast, because I guess all the cues that you look for in a car are not present anymore. Like there's no engine like revving and any of that. It's just you're just off. Like
Yep. And there's no gearbox, so it just goes. It just goes and goes and goes. It doesn't go and then slow down a little bit. And like they have to. Some of the vehicles, they've pumped engine sounds through the speakers.
Yes.
So that way you can actually hear when you're accelerating. Like it's crazy stuff.
I don't want any of that. If I got an electric car, I want silence and just me fucking going.
I want the Tron bike sound, or like
You
or the Jetsons car sound.
Oh,
You just
that would
drive
be funny.
in silence, Tony? Or
that's
when you go-
terrible.
You just drive silent.
Yo, nigga. Like some of these more expensive vehicles, like when you sit inside them and drive them, it's quiet. Like they're built for comfort and just instead of hearing the roadways and all the bullshits like that, that's what they go for. And you get it in an electric car, so you don't really. I think that's cool. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people
But
say that makes you
still
safer.
Go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
Some people say that makes you safer, being able to hear the roadway and like the other vehicles and things like that.
Yeah.
I can see that. That in that safe way, I can see like maybe you want to do that, but I don't know.
I actually witnessed an accident when I was in Fort Myers. We were all on the highway. It's a dangerous ass highway, apparently. The one that goes from Fort Myers to Tampa. There's like a highway. Somebody in front of us slowed down and another person slowed down. So we had to slow down and that trickled back. I looked back, this old Lincoln wasn't cutting. It was like a big box Lincoln that just smashed into the back of a Dodge Ram. It was over. A whole bunch of smoke. That shit just went poof. I should have just said poof.
That's why you got to wear your seatbelts, though.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody was wearing their seatbelt.
Not in that picture.
Listen, there was a car full of children, all right? There was like 6 kids back there.
No
Tony,
seatbelt.
you don't have to correct people. Just let people live. You don't got to make people feel bad. Just let people have whatever views they want to have, Tony.
We're a new One Up podcast.
Subtle foreshadowing of a topic in the future.
It's fucking ammo bagging, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you got, Pooch? You get up to anything exciting this week?
I just been reading a lot, man. You already know I left on vacation. I just got back from vacation last week, and I get in these habits when I go on vacation. Instead of being and present on those and doing the stuff over there, like on a vacation, whatever, I just end up reading a lot. Mostly because the flight on the way, there's shit to do. I have hours of downtime. I start reading, and then I just I get hooked. I started reading the Death Gate cycle a couple years ago. I read the first book. I loved it, and for whatever reason, just didn't continue it. And then on the flight there, I read the second book, the whole second book. And then
Jesus.
What was that?
I said, Jesus. How big was this book?
Yeah, that's
400 pages. These are fantasy books, so they're going to be 4 to 800 page books. These are a little shorter than your Game of Thrones book, but they're in the 400 or 500 page range. And then I'm I just literally sitting here, sound check. I just finished the third book. Awesome fucking book series. So yeah, man, I just been reading. Yesterday I had a little get together, a bunch of family. Really the first time that I'm had a rando get together, not because of someone's birthday or something like that. So
since the pandemic times,
this COVID shit's getting out of control again, though, man. This Delta variant, people don't want to get their vaccines.
I think
it's ridiculous.
I think Texas just surpassed New York for COVID deaths.
Yeah, man. New York got their shit together for a while there.
Yeah, no, Florida's doing terrible apparently as well.
Yeah, the niggas hit a new record of confirmed cases and shit.
It's 14,000 a day apparently.
Bunch of
in New York, it's a 900 a day.
It's just crazy. Just bro, I know people don't believe in it or don't want to believe in it, and the vaccine's fake. Bro, just take the vaccine.
Now, it's worse than not believing it, though. They actually believe that it's going to do things to them. I saw one of, I don't know who, one of our friends' or something. They're yeah, I'm going to let you guys be the guinea pigs. When you guys start growing lizard limbs, then I'll know not to take it. If you don't grow those lizard limbs in a couple years, I'll get the COVID vaccine. And I was just saying, dude, in a couple years, COVID might not even be relevant. So it's or maybe it is, if we keep up with this bullshit where people don't want to get vaccines. It's funny, you said, right, Tony, you're you should wear your seatbelt. I view vaccines the same way as I view a seatbelt. It's does a seatbelt stop you from dying if you drive too fast or reckless? Nah, you'll probably die. But in a lot of cases, it's gonna stop you from dying, and it's gonna be overall safer than not wearing your seatbelt. So just get the fucking vaccine. Is it going to stop you from getting COVID? No. It's not. Just like a seatbelt's not going to stop you from getting a car accident. But is it going to make that thing better? Yeah. Is it going to make it less likely that you die? Yeah. So, yeah, you should probably get it, dude. Mm-hmm. People have these crazy conspiracies, like people trying to microchip you or trying to do this other bullshit. It's dude, get the fucking vaccine. People are dying. You not getting the vaccine is going to cause other people to die, but you're more likely to get it. You're then more likely to spread it and more likely to give it to other people that are at high risk and shit like that. It's come on, get the fucking vaccine.
These fucking people that got a D on their 7th grade science class are trying to tell me with all this what they believe with scientific knowledge. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Go get the goddamn vaccine or fuck yourself.
It's not even FDA approved. I keep seeing people say it's not even FDA approved.
Imagine if I told y'all that I just didn't believe in gravity anymore.
The flat earth people say that gravity doesn't exist. Or some shit like that.
You know what? Those flat earth people can keep building all the steam rockets they want and launch themselves into the goddamn earth.
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
It's just crazy, man. People keep dying.
Yeah,
people don't take that shit seriously enough. They're just they have a view of as long as I'm not dying, then I'm okay. Or I got the flu vaccine one year and I got really sick. and I've never gotten the flu vaccine. And it's like, all right, well, I guess that proves that the vaccine did it against all the fucking data that says otherwise. But
Yeah, it was very bad when I went down to Florida. Like the answers I was getting, like from people if they were vaccinated, and like the stuff that was going down, I was very surprised.
yeah, like my daughter's birthday's coming up soon, right? And you know, we were planning on, you know, or we're planning on, you know, having like a party, having people come over and all that stuff. Tony, you still haven't RSVP'd. And yeah, now with this whole Delta thing, it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you know, last year we didn't have a birthday party because of COVID. Now this year it's like we want to have a birthday party. We're planning it, but it's like now you got all these fucking motherfuckers that don't want to get vaccines and shit. It's like, should we just straight tell people like, all right, you know, if you're unvaccinated, like get the fuck out of here. Like you're not coming to my crib type of shit. Like,
Yo,
people
I
will be
wouldn't-
offended though. People
Yo,
will be offended.
yo, I'm sorry.
happened?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I have to make this. You got to draw a line somewhere, right? And I feel
Yeah.
like this is a very good place to draw a line at.
Yeah.
What do you,
You know what I mean?
Like on visitations or hanging
No.
outs or what do you-
Well, yeah, like, dude, you don't want. Dude, not everybody is gonna survive COVID when they catch it. Just because you survived it and you've gotten it twice, 3 times, nothing happened to you, that doesn't mean that the next person isn't gonna have the same issues. So it's I think personally, I don't think it's a wrong thing to do, to be like, yo, gotta be vaccinated.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm all on board for these. There's a big argument right now about like whether concert venues and bands in particular should be doing vaccinated only shows, and whether they should be requesting proof or like proof of a clear COVID test and things like that. And people that are unvaccinated are getting real offended about that and saying that it's infringing their freedom. I am all for vaccinated only shows. Like if you're not willing to go to that level to protect other people around you, you don't get to enjoy music. You know what? You lose music. You lose live music. Get out of here. You get no restaurants either. You get no shopping. Stay at home like a damn hermit in your little cave, and us vaccinated people can go and live our best life.
I like hermit crabs. I used to have them as a pet.
Hermit crab?
Yeah, you don't know what a hermit crab is?
Yes. Wait, no, I don't think so.
He was all confused about a hermit crab, and then he's like, "No, I know what a hermit crab is."
That's hilarious. But yeah, I think I also like how they're not like it kind of sucks that they have to. They're giving incentives. Yeah, I almost said insensitive. Incentives to people to get the vaccine.
You
Like,
could deadass have one of these as a
Fleet.
pet.
Yes, nigga. I used to paint their shells when I was a little kid. I used to like draw like little cartoon characters on them. And
Tony
shit.
would spray paint them.
It's been abusing animals for fucking decades.
Decorating their hermit crab shells is
Painting their fucking property and their body, and
that's a house. It's not their body.
Imagine if someone came by and just decorated Tony's house for him.
I think if you rip a hermit crab out of their shell, they'll die.
No, I think they find a new shell.
Let's not rip them out of their shell.
Well,
but
I'm
you
saying if you rip them out, I think they'll die.
Yeah, because you're ripping
I think they're
them out.
attached to their shell until they want to get another and attach to another.
I thought they
shell.
just had little feet that like hooked into. We don't know anything about hermit crabs.
No, hermit crabs.
Yeah.
Hermit crabs literally they go into the shell and their body is not one. They don't fuse. It's not fucking Dragon Ball Z. They don't fuse together and fucking become one with the shell. They attach themselves in there by their feet or whatever it is, claws.
Their feet.
And they just sit in there until they outgrow the shell, and then they go in to look for another one. That's it.
Okay. All right. All right. I don't watch as much Animal Planet as Tony.
They can live to up to 20 years, guys. That's pretty
That's
cool.
a fucking long time.
That brings up a good question though. Do spiders have feet or do they have hands?
Fuck. You got fucking hands.
All hands?
Nah, I don't know. Just talking shit.
I don't think they have feet or hands.
Well, what would you qualify? What would you classify them as?
I guarantee you, there's a word. 100%. I think hands and feet imply like a specific type of anatomy. Right. I don't know if insects have hands and feet the way that mammals have hands and feet. They definitely have legs.
See,
we can agree on that much.
See, and now I've got an excuse to Photoshop one of us as a spider and one of us as a hermit crab.
I'm with it.
Well, since we're talking about hands and feet, to all the listeners and the viewers, please hit the like and subscribe button on our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram page at the One Up Podcast. We are out here. We need y'all love and support constantly, daily, yearly, annually. Might be the same thing.
We sound needy.
Annually.
I like this. Yearly and annually. Like
Same
no
shit.
fucking discrepancy. It's like, what the fuck is bi-weekly? Is it twice a week or every 2 weeks?
Yo, that shit's
Tony's making sure
confusing.
you understanding us, all right? I like that.
I hate
Fuck it.
bi-weekly. I like weekly checks. I don't want no bi-weekly anything.
Yo,
bro.
bi-weekly sucks.
Yeah, ever since I got on the weekly train, I never want to go back.
Yeah, bro. Every week, I used to love weekly checks. And then bi-weekly came into my life, and I'm like, yo, fuck this bi shit. This shit is fucking trash. I want my check every Friday. But whatever. Maybe I hit the lotto and then retire. But my week is good. Just so you guys know, because no one asked me. No one ever wants to ask
We
me.
intentionally never ask you because it usually results in going down a rabbit hole that no one wants. How was your week, Tony?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, me and Luke are chilling right now. We're having a great time. It was Emily's birthday, my wife's birthday, on Friday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yep, she's a big old 29 years old. Next year's the Dirty 30 party. It's going to be
She's
extravaganza.
Well, not way younger, but I just forget.
Yeah, she's like 3-4 years younger than us.
Oh.
More than y'all, I think. I know me, but I don't know how old everybody else is.
I'm
Mateo's like the
31.
oldest, right? Mateo's the oldest one. Yeah.
I'm an old bitch.
Doe, you're not 30 yet, right? Or you
Yeah,
are
right.
30.
Though he's
Oh,
32.
no, I'm not 30 at all. 29.
29.
29. But as you notice, your boy's coming back to town again. Cowboy season is among us. Just so everybody know, football season is right around that fucking corner. It's gonna be lit every Sunday. We're gonna have to start this part a little early on Sunday, boys, because football Sunday, your boys gotta watch it. Just gonna say.
Yeah, I'm down with recording earlier. Sure.
I don't give a
already
fuck about that, but I want to record it earlier.
Nah. You know what? They should move football days to Saturday.
Nah, it's college day.
Fuck college football. That's just whack. They should move NFL to Saturdays. That way, when I'm out there in Palm Beach, we could watch the football game, and I could still just come home. It's like the Sunday shit. Everybody got to go to work, so it's like it just makes it difficult to enjoy life with your friends. Like,
Yeah, who made that? I want to know who made that schedule, right? Like, who and what NFL committee at that time said Sunday it's football day? Like, why not Saturday? Everybody can cook and grill, get drunk, and then Sunday, like you said, just relax and watch college football.
it's the TV ratings, man. Everybody's home on Sundays, so because they got to go to work on Monday. So if you're home, what do? You watch TV. It's about that. That's why like all the big like HBO's TV shows, their biggest TV show goes on the Sunday night slot. Everybody's home at Sunday 9 p.m. Nobody's not going to be home at that time. So that's the time people watch TV. Like that is all about TV ratings. Like.
I've definitely been out late night on some Sundays.
Oh, fucking Mateo. Yeah. he's over at Frenchie's hanging out with the racists and buddies.
Facts.
No. Frenchie's ain't.
We have no proof whether Frenchie's is or is not racist.
We cannot substantiate those claims.
It's just the VFW bar, There's certain demographics, but the buddies though. We've heard
Those
some
ain't
words.
your buddies.
Not my buddies. You're
Those
in the
are-
high road. Nah. So, yeah.
So changing it up a bit. Have anybody here listened to Vince Staples' album? I know Doughboy brought it up.
Oh, I did.
I think we all did our homework.
I did.
what do you guys think about it? Because I listened to it last night, finished it. I even played it back twice and listened to it a little bit this morning. I'm going to tell you what I think real quick then. It's okay. I thought it was not going to be good, and it's surprisingly a good listen through. Sunday Shutdown or something like that, I believe it's called. I like that. That was probably one of my favorite tracks. And then the other one, it started off with "Don't Trust That B Word." Don't trust this B word. I think I like that one too. I forgot the name. It was like
I think he's talking about law of averages.
Yes. Law of average.
Yeah, that's this what I like about this album. It's like a nice curve. Like the album starts off and it keeps going up, and then after like tripping, it starts to like calm back down, and then it for me flows very nicely. Like the 22 minutes go by very quickly.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Very quick.
Yeah, the beats on the song, my favorite one is The Shining, the one where that Bucho, what is the line he says?
He said we dying broke or living with broken hearts.
Yeah.
I that's also my favorite song of the album. But how about let's just go around and just say how we like, you know. Do you what is it? We should give this what 5-star ratings or
I'll do five stars.
or do you want to just go against the whole rating and just give it approve or disapprove?
Some people say that ratings are bullshit. Like they are
right,
just.
That's why I'm asking.
I think the approve or disapprove. But I can still do 1 to 10.
Damn.
Yeah, I could do the 1 to 10.
Ooh, I say we do 1 to 34.
Anyways, I like the album. It was nice and short, so you could listen to it quick. I give it a thumbs up.
I definitely like this album. Like I listened to it a bunch by now, but like for me, it has a really good flow to it. I think this is probably Vince Staples' best body of work. I don't think his other albums, they were good, but they weren't this good. This is like really well put together.
I like me some Big Fish though.
You like the Big Fish Theory?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I thought it was fire.
I didn't hear that.
It was different.
Yeah, nobody liked the Big Fish Theory.
Yeah, it was different. Yeah.
They gave it a 7.3 out of 10.
Which who's they?
This music fucking, I guess, review company, Pitchfork or some shit. I don't know.
I think that's okay.
Pitchfork's one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
They said that this album shows like the rapper trying to find who he is in the rap game.
Yeah, no, for sure, because this doesn't sound like any of his other work. Like this sounds different. I keep saying different as different, so you're gonna have to bear with me with that one. But I like it a lot. It does sound like he's trying to put more commercialized music out for like, which is like what they mean. He's like moving from the very rough, uncut kind of. It's weird because him and like Earl Sweatshirts, they moved in like opposite directions. If you listen to what Earl Sweatshirt is putting out now, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's hard to listen to. It's like very boom bap. It's always been boom bappy, but it's not easy to listen to his last two albums. And like Vince's old albums, for me, like when his mixtapes and stuff, that's what he sounded like, and he, in my opinion, moved more towards a commercialized sound. Like that Big Fish Theory, I'm sure it's aged very well because it already sounded a little bit too early. Some music is just too early for its time. Like the sound isn't like out there yet, and people aren't used to that sound. So I remember that Big Fish Theory being very like EDM-y. It had like a lot of EDM type of elements in it.
Yeah, there's definitely albums that when they drop, like people aren't into them. Like I remember when 808's Kanye's album dropped, everybody was tight.
Yep.
They were like, "Yo, this is whack. I don't know what he's doing. Que si o que." And then basically that was like his first steps into moving into like, you know, kind of where his music's at now, right?
Yeah.
Everybody likes his music now. I bet you if everybody goes back and listen to 808s, they'll be like, "Oh, this is much better than I remember it being."
Yeah, those first 4.
So do you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, though?
Super thumbs up.
Super thumbs up.
What about you two?
I give it a thumb up, and I guess No ID worked on it too, on this album with him.
I'm not too sure, but that's awesome. The beats are the beats are crazy.
Yeah, I think Pitchfork on the review that I read, Pitchfork said that No ID was on the ones and twos with the work. So pretty dope. I don't know if you guys like any of No ID's shit, but
who is he? Remind me who he's worked with.
He's worked with, I think, almost everybody in TDE camp.
Okay. All right, cool.
And TDE's, Kendrick Lamar and all them. Okay.
Isaiah Rashad, everybody. The SZA. Who else?
And like I said, like now that I've listened to Vince Staples' other work. I guess he was featured on some of the music that I've listened to, and I've heard him through that. But I think this was his first album that I actually sat and listened to, and not bad. I think I never listened to this Big Fish shit y'all talking about because I probably would have been thrown off by it, not want to listen to it. But now I'll probably go back and listen to it to see what you're talking about. Like, why was it bad or it wasn't of the time? Yeah,
just to be clear, his Big Fish Theory is his least liked album. I like the album. It's not Summertime '06 is definitely like the Vince Staple album. Like it's the one that everybody liked when it was his first album too. No, that's good.
I don't think
he got that song North on there where
that's him.
Yeah. With that white lady singing or reciting. Sorry, even reciting. She was reading his lyrics and then crying about it. She was like, "Bitch, you're thirsty. Please grab a Sprite." My kids are listening to this.
I don't think I've ever knowingly listened to Vince Staples, but this album's good. I like the instrumentals in it. I like the shit he sampled. I like that song "Take Me Home." I think that was probably my favorite on the album.
That's really good. That's really good.
That's funny though.
With the girl singing,
mm-hmm.
She's super hot too.
That's so fucking weird.
It was it was good though.
She's really beautiful.
I'd give it a thumbs up.
Why can't I say that?
No, it's just that your voice gets so cringy.
Yeah, it's
you'd be like, as soon as a sexy girl comes on, you're like, she's so beautiful. That's what you do. That's just weird.
I'm sorry, y'all are off the market. Okay, y'all married. Y'all don't think about that stuff anymore. But
fuck out of here, bro. Get with Fushi?
Yeah.
Yo. Oh right. Yeah.
Just set your expectations a little lower, though, boy.
So yeah, I also found her story interesting because I did like that song "Take Me Home," and I was like, I want to know who's singing on this song because I like the singing, and when I looked her up, she got famous just right now, like during the pandemic, like
really,
she was using like this beat website where she was just making beats and putting them up, and then people would like cop them, and then somebody, I forgot his name. He bought one of her beats and made a track, and it got like TikTok famous, and everybody on TikTok was using the track not for the rapper's bars but the sample of her singing on it. And then basically people were like, who is this, and they had to like go through like the beat website to like try to find out who it was that made the beat, and then like that's it. She just got like, she blew up off of that. Like,
that's awesome.
I don't know if blew up is the word, but she's now on another rapper's album. And I think she's making her own shit now. So I think she got a deal off of that.
Good for her. That's awesome.
He made a Tiny Desk. They did an NPR and she was on there.
That's
Vince
fire.
Staples?
Yeah, Vince Staples has a Tiny Desk NPR that just came out last week.
I might listen to that. Also that other rapper kid.
Sorry, it was the Sleepy Hollow song. Oh God, well, he made a song for Smoke Somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, there's
somebody died. He made a track. It got fucking TikTok famous.
There's a part in the NPR. Just try to notice when this happens. He says he's looking out. He's like, I think I got arrested over there. And Kenny Beats is behind him. And then he looks back. Yeah, Kenny Beats, because they have like this thing where they say Kenny Beats is the police. He went on Kenny's show and started saying that nigga was the police, and he started freestyling it. So that shit is fucking hilarious when he does it. Yo, Vince Staples. I think the reason I like Vince Staples so much is because he's actually a likable person. Like, I don't like a lot of these rapper personalities. You got the too tough. I'm super gangster. I'm the super gangster. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot everybody. They go in the strip club and they let that shit off. I don't like that. Like I don't gravitate towards those people, but like people like Vince, where you could actually, he talks. He has shit to say. I like him, like as a person.
Okay.
I just think he's hilarious.
He's funny.
I think I mostly just like funny people, dude. Yeah, that's why I like Tyler. That's why I like Vince.
Have you heard of the Charleston White stuff? The beef? The Charleston White is like, you got Asians in California saying the N-word. Like, they're saying the word nigga. How you gonna let these people get the pass? And he's like, and they're Crips. Where are all the Crips at? And then Vince Staples was like, yo, this nigga thinks that there's an HR department for gangbanging. He's like, what are you supposed to go to the HR department of the Crips? I'd like to file a complaint.
What the fuck?
Yo, Vince Staples is hilarious.
So my bad, Tony. I cut you off. You was just gonna start talking.
Yeah, I know. Forgot what I was gonna say. But
stay with forgetting. How you forget what you were gonna say?
Because your conversation is just overpowered, and then I started laughing with the whole HR department, and it kind of just. But music wise, I like I like Vince Staples shit. That album really opened my mind up, or opened my eyes to maybe what else I would like from him. And then now that North shit, that shit was hilarious. So like. Now I'll probably listen to his shit and go on, and I'm also curious to see how. Found it. TikTok, yeah. So TikTok helps a lot of these rappers out. Like that other kid with the, it's gonna be a clip, but it's gonna be the man be like, knock your head off, what's the fucking TikTok though, boy, that all them people doing, and then they do that stupid dance. They be like. I'm trying to remember the fucking dance, bro. It's a TikTok thing, and it's a kid with like thick ass dreads, and he looks like he's 12.
Yo, that I know who that is. It's
you
called
know who I'm.
Bottom got him.
Dude, that's his name.
Look this picture up of this guy. Spot'em got him. I'm gonna drop it in the.
All I know is something about knock your head off. I'm trying to picture. Damn, I sound like an old head. I'm trying to fucking picture it. What the name of the song is.
This kid looks so weird,
and they do this. This is the dance they're doing. They're doing some weird ass dance. That shit is fucking ridiculous. But he got famous.
In the general text.
Oh.
Yeah, that niggas sound like serial killers.
Oh yeah, this kid.
Yeah, now you know him, right? Yeah, it's like you see his face.
I've never seen this kid in my entire life.
God,
I'm saying, this kid, he looks fucking weird as shit.
Joey, what is this link you sent us? What are you, a grandpa that you're sending us a link to the Google search you did?
That's what I cringed about. Tony thought it was about the general text area. It was about the link.
Okay. It was the link?
He searched for him, and then grab that link instead of just clicking on like an image and
How
putting
does
the image.
how does this guy look 35 and 12 at the same time?
That's a fact. Bro, I don't know. That shit is wild.
Oh
Dude,
my
he
god!
looks like he's dying of old age, and also grows a fucking the fucking 12-year-old mustache that everybody has in 7th grade.
Yeah, this man has AARP, and he's also part of the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Yeah, there's a picture of this
man.
motherfucker holding a pistol with an extendo clip, and he looks like he's 8. Like he looks like he's a fucking little rascal with a gun. Like,
okay, we gotta move on. I gotta stop shitting on that dude.
I mean, he making money. You see all these dollars he's holding next to his ear? Like, he talking on the phone with them shit.
That's why Jay-Z came out with that's a disconnect. They don't talk to their money shit. Niggas stop. You know what's funny? That Jay-Z made people stop doing that shit. The whole money phone gang shit. So that Jay-Z dropped that line, people stopped doing that shit. I started seeing a decrease of everyone doing it. It's crazy how someone like Jay-Z can change shit. But
yeah, I don't understand it. Like, you got 5 G's in your hand. Like, that's cool. Why would you talk into it like it's a phone? I don't
money
get
talk. Like the money keeps calling. Money talk. I talk money.
Money's dirty too, man. Don't put that shit next to your face.
There's
these niggas get that fresh new blue tape $100 bills. They don't get this old money that we be touching. They get that new fresh bank money. Crispy.
There is very problematic issues in the rap community though. Like when you really start to think about it, like there are real big issues. For one, the it's like they worship money. I mean, I guess in a capitalistic system, everybody's worshiping money. But
I think every musician in some way or another worships money. I think if you're trying to be a celebrity in some way or another, you have some desire, some worship of money. Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe the violent aspect of like rap music, which is really shitty. But there is tuning, man. Like you listen to something so long and all it's saying is shoot and kill, and like that's all you're listening to. That shit is like poison. You know what I mean? It's like a slow poison. And I think that shit is a real reason why there's shit going on. I mean, rapping used to be about like talking about what happened in your neighborhood. Like that's just not happening anymore. They're actually talking about doing the murders now.
I think that there's some misinformation with some of that. I think that that obviously hip hop, because the lyrics are actually about that stuff, that like hip hop is seen as more violent. I think that there might be some purposeful like misinformation there, because like I don't know. You look at a band like let's say Oasis, right, from like the 90s. You guys remember that band Oasis? They did Wonderwall. They did all those stupid songs, right? Champagne Supernova. Those two brothers fucking hated each other. They would get into fistfights before like every show, and that's
no way.
And that's not like it's not like it's not like talking about going and shooting up a block or anything. But these guys were actually fighting each other before every show. They fucking hated each other. They had one of the worst like sibling relationships ever. Like
but how was the show experience?
But their lyrics weren't promoting violence, but they were violent individuals in themselves. But that was never the narrative. Like that wasn't like a reason to not go and see these guys, because they were violent people who would beat the shit out of each other.
So they'll just walk on stage with like black eyes and shit and cuts. Like,
yeah, like I don't know if they would hit each other in the face, but they would get into fights. Like that was a known thing about Oasis. Liam and Noel Gallagher, I think those two hate each other. They still hate each other.
Gallaghers? That's crazy.
That's pretty insane. I didn't know that.
I mean, Johnny Cash was hooked on pills and smuggling drugs across the country. Like, I don't think it's a problem that is exclusive to rap. Is my take on it. I think that maybe the lyrics lend it more for like a media hype and like, overstating how bad some of the certain issues are. Not that there's not problematic issues, but I don't know. I always wonder if there's like maybe some kind of like media racist kind of angle to this.
Oh yeah, there
to
definitely has
portray
been.
like the music that's primarily done by minority people as
No,
more
for sure.
violent than like other styles.
I like how hip hop has branched out though, because there's a lot of different types of hip hop. You know what I mean? Like you can get your fill of whatever you want. You can, one day you could listen to Vince Staples, the next day you could be listening to Spot 'em Got 'em. You know?
Yeah, you can listen to a lot of like you can listen to Lil Nas X and all his recent. Did you guys see his recent video?
Yeah, where he's having sex with the devil.
Montero.
No,
Pegging.
the other one, the one with all the naked guys in his music video.
Oh, the prison one? I haven't seen that one yet. I saw that the people were real upset about it though.
Yeah, I seen on Facebook someone posting. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? I'm like, oh, this is Lil Nas X. Okay, another new controversy music, and I think it's a publicity too. When it comes, like, that's going to sell because it's going to create talk throughout the community. So
I think if there's one thing that Lil Nas X does extremely well is he knows what's going to get people talking. He knows, like, he is very good at that. I was following him before he got ridiculously famous, and he was like a troll page, like a just funny as hell. He would just he had a lot of followers and stuff like that. His music was just like new. He was promoting his music a lot, but he was just like a funny person on Twitter.
You think Old Town Road was a troll song? Like
I
in the
think it
sense
might
that
have
like
started.
do you think he's really about all that country shit, or do you think he just made a country rap song because it's funny?
No, I think there was like a hidden message in there too. Like he's trying to, he's trying to talk, his little, he has his angle, you know what I mean? Like he's the first gay rapper real out there rapper. I don't know who else is a gay rapper in the industry right now.
Like an openly gay one? Like Queen Latifah was one of the first, I think. But
that
but there's been tons of women rappers that are like bi or lesbian,
but they don't get the same hatred as like the
it's weird. It's just mostly the gay men. Like
because objectifying women is already cool. So if a woman rapper comes in and objectifies women, then they're cool. Like it's I don't know.
Tony, you want to give us a clean transition to our new topic?
Yeah. Why isn't there a lot of gay rappers in the rap game? Why is it just one or two or like right now actively? Obviously Queen Latifah was way back in the day, but like right now, how many gay rappers you guys see? Is there a reason why there's not a lot of gay rappers, or is it just because there's not really a lot of great gay rappers?
I mean, I think that DaBaby told you why there's not a lot of gay rappers with his homophobia and nonsense. That shit is still around. Like it still exists. And actually, I would correct this and say there's not a lot of openly gay rappers. I think
for sure. There's too many rappers out there for there not to be gay rappers. They just are not letting you know that they're gay. But there's a real issue in like neighborhoods,
or maybe gay people are just turned off by rap, like the them trying to go into the rap game. There's so much homophobia that they kind of just avoid rap, like hip hop as like a music genre. Sorry, so I just wanted to give another like possible like angle there. But though you were saying there's a lot of problems in neighborhoods.
Yeah, bad neighborhoods, hoods I've grown up in. Everybody's homophobic, bro. It's like everybody's super homophobic. It's not even like regular homophobia. It's like if it was a germ you could catch. You listen to Lil Boosie talk, and you would think that he was talking about it like he's like, how they gonna show that on TV, man? That's gonna, you got little impressionable kids watching that. He's like, it's gonna turn them gay. And I'm like, they're gonna want that. And I'm like, huh? I was like, is that really how it works? You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
I think what he's trying to say that it's going to normalize it to a point to where kids now will question their own sexuality, and maybe that's what he doesn't want his kids to go through. Probably, I
I
don't
don't
know.
think that's what he's saying. You're saying what you're saying is what all the liberals want is show more gay people and give more representation to everybody so that everybody could feel more comfortable in their own skin. That is not what Lil Boosie's saying. Lil Boosie's saying
No, Lil Boosie, he doesn't want that. That's why he doesn't want it on the TV. He doesn't
Lil
want it
Boosie's
normalized.
saying is that gay is contagious.
That it's a disease.
And that if-
Like
that-
coronavirus?
yes.
Like coronavirus. And if you're exposed to gayness, you yourself may become gay.
Well, it's because
That's what Lil Boosie's saying.
it's because these idiots don't think that they think it's a choice. They don't think that it is an actual sexuality. They think it's a choice, and they think that it is just made by being confused, basically, because they're
That's crazy.
idiots.
then you have Clifford Harris, the hymen checker, coming out to defend the baby as well, talking about why are rappers held to such a high standard? Like why are we? He says white people can say the N-word on the rap songs, nobody gets mad at them. We say something about gay people, and now we get held to such a high standard. I'm like, nah, dude, shouldn't you be off checking your daughter's hymen? Like
That's
making
fucked.
sure she's
All right.
That's
making sure she's
disgusting.
not fucking that shit is true.
So we don't encourage. Doe's not encouraging dads checking their hymens.
No, I'm just
T.I.
saying that-
is Calvin Harris, and he's famous for being a good rapper, but he's also gotten a lot of flack over his opinions that he checks his daughter's hymen regularly to make sure that she's still a virgin,
It's fucking disgusting, dude.
which
It's
is
weird.
That's so
fucking
fucking
creepiest,
wild,
abusive, fucking. I don't know that shit. I don't even know how you check a hymen. I mean,
I think
No,
he
you
has
have
a
to go to the-
doctor check or something, is what he said
I
in the
see.
interview.
So he doesn't check the hymen. All right. 'Cause I was like, that's fucking. I mean, it doesn't make it much better, but it's a little bit better. I just imagine T.I. like fucking peeling back fucking his daughter's shit.
I would have been impressed that he found the time to actually go to school and learn how to do that shit professionally.
No, they go to the OBGYN and he's always in the OBGYN with them. And
I
he
mean,
asked
that's-
the doctor to tell him.
That's just crazy, right? It's crazy that he's doing it, but I'm just saying, like, he took the time and money to go learn to do it so he could check his daughter randomly. That's wild,
terrible.
but that's crazy. Like, it's just like, okay, you learned a craft just to be a spy in your daughter's vagina. Shit's wild, but okay. I ain't gonna do that to my kid.
abusive. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's
abusive as
terrible.
fuck.
But
That's
yeah,
fucking-
the baby's comments were fucking so, but he's been saying shit like that. Look, you see it in Pop Smoke music, you see it in the baby's music, just a lot of homophobia, and it's
Hey,
just
Pop Smoke's music?
yeah, I don't fuck with these niggas because these niggas is gay.
Well, I don't think he was saying it
Sucking
sexually. I
all
think
on
he,
it. Yeah, I mean,
he was saying it sexually. Like,
yeah.
okay. I thought he was saying like how, like, oh, you like whatever.
Like
Tommy's
you,
out here
Yeah,
just
like
having
you,
all
like-
the beautiful reasons why people are homophobic.
like
No,
you, are you,
not
are you,
no
are you saying
beautiful.
like he was using it as a pejorative, like it like he meant it was like dumb or bad or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that's still homophobia, bud. Like
Yeah.
that's still
No,
not.
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
Maybe,
I think
maybe
it's not in
not.
the
I
same. I think
It is.
it's not the same camp.
It's not the same level of saying that like you should stone people for being different than you, but it's adjacent, and it's still not some shit that we should support.
No, for
I'm
sure,
not-
for sure.
yeah.
I think there's levels though. Like I know people that have used the word gay as a pejorative and have been totally cool with gay people, even though that's like ignorant as fuck in the sense that like I don't know how you could like. My view would be I don't know how you reconcile those two positions, right? But using gay as a pejorative doesn't necessarily mean that you're hateful towards gay. It does mean that you still exhibit some form of homophobia for sure. As for hip hop, though, I think Doey is pretty close to on the mark. I feel like it's the neighborhoods. Like we grow up in these neighborhoods, and the homophobia is rampant. Like in so many facets of like you got people out here who just straight up hate gay people, everybody be using gay and the F slur as pejoratives. You have people acting like gayness is contagious. Like they don't like if a gay dude even looks or touches someone, they run away. Like if it's like I guess like if they could catch it or something. It's ridiculous.
Is there some insecurity there? Is there like you think that like if you get kissed by a man, suddenly you become gay? It's
oh no, 100. There's so much insecurity. There's so much insecurity that like for a long time, like everybody would say things like "no homo." Like you would make a comment like
Pause.
or it'll be pause or no homo. Pause and no homo interchangeable. When you hear someone talking and they'll say something like
I'm gonna stick that in. They'll be like, "Hey yo, pause."
Or like yeah, ayo, like ayo is also
like if you make any comment that could in any way be understood as doing like a thing that like a gay thing, I guess you would say pause, like to say like hold up, let's make sure we understand what we're talking about. You ain't saying like gay shit, right? Like that's like what the meaning behind that is, right? I personally think all this shit stems from religion. I think like if you look at the people that live in the hood is mostly Black and Hispanic people, and they're like the most religious. They're some of the most religious people. Is like you got Black people are like super Christian, like almost everybody, all my Black friends growing up, all Christian, all Christian. And then if you're Hispanic, you're Catholic. Like, and obviously, the religious texts say that being gay is bad. So I think a lot of people grow up. I think those communities have there's a lot of homophobia in there, and then I think it then even comes outside of religion, in that like it just becomes a part of those cultures. Like, so it's like there's not an immediate connection to like religious, like I don't know what the word is, but there's not an immediate connection to the religion. It's more just like we just don't like gay people, and that's like ultimately what it comes down to. And I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, because like I'm from the hood and I don't feel that way. But growing up, I felt that way. Like I had homophobic tendencies growing up, just because that was what normal was, unfortunately.
There was this really fucked up news story that and I saw it on like either on Twitter or on Instagram, and it was a family in Atlanta, Georgia. All of them got arrested, but their 8-year-old son came out as gay, and they shaved his head bald, and they like were hitting him in the video. And the guy was like, "Nah, my son's not gonna be gay. My son ain't gonna be gay. He's not gay." And they literally were torturing a child for coming out. And they all the CPS, they got the kid, they got the kid out the house. All the people that were in the video got charged. That shit is unacceptable, bro. That shit is fucking unacceptable to me. I draw the line there. Like, I really draw the line there. Like if you're homophobic, it's like you being a thief. If you're a thief, I'm staying far away from you. If I see that you just like taking shit and you're stealing shit, I don't like being around people like that. And I draw the line there. I do not fuck with thieves, and I don't fuck with people who are overly homophobic. That shit is not cool to me. That shit is weird. That shit is weird that you have an over obsession, and people who don't want to get vaccinated. Fuck all those people. You know what I mean? Fuck those.
Do we think it's weird that like the roots of hip hop was like this like culture subversion, like protest music and like social life issues kind of music?
Yes.
And that it's not that group is not accepting of another like marginalized community? Because that's what weirds me out, is like, gay people, LGBTQ people are also a marginalized group. So you think that like a music movement that tends to cover issues that are overlooked by some of mainstream culture would embrace another fellow marginalized group.
I've met gay racist white men and gay racist white women.
Mm-hmm.
There are definitely white people who are gay that do not click. Like, it's weird.
That's fair. I think that's a different topic than like the I don't know. I'm just curious what y'all's take is, because I feel like in theory the two should mesh, like hip hop and gay culture should mesh, because it's marginalized groups and it's using their music and their lyrical ability to express social justice issues. I don't think that's all of hip hop, obviously, but that's a lot of what the roots of hip hop started as, right? Mm-hmm. Or is my understanding of the history wrong?
I mean, you also have like go-go music in Detroit, and you have house music, and like all these things derived from like hip hop and like the sound, and all those things are very gay as well. Like, there's a lot of gay elements attached. That's where like voguing comes from and stuff like that. Voguing is really cool. If you've ever seen somebody vogue and they know how to do it, the shit is impressive. They be tossing themselves on the floor. I've never seen a more strategized fall. I'm like, wow, this shit looks crazy. It's impressive. I've embraced a lot. I have a lot of gay friends now. I could actually say that. Like, I have more than 5. So I feel like that's a lot for me, because I've never had any gay friends in my life. And these are some very beautiful people, man. You always find assholes. I've met gay assholes. You find assholes in everything, but like,
yeah, they're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
But I did find it interesting because the go-go stuff, the house stuff, it's not like from hip hop and at all, but it comes from the same communities, like Black and Hispanic people. Basically, a lot of the gay, really a lot of like the LGBTQ sayings, the mannerisms, and even the like acceptance, in a sense. Like today, a lot of that derives from like the LGBT movements in the Black and Hispanic communities in like the 80s and the early 90s and stuff. So I mean, it's the same communities, but to your question, I don't know. I do find that weird that like I would think, right, that being a part of a marginalized group would give you empathy towards other marginalized groups. Like, you have a lived experience that other people have. Like, you can empathize with that and say, that's also wrong. Like, we should try to right that,
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't seem to be the case. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I've just seen it so much. Like Dewey says, like, to your point is that you could be, a Black or Hispanic person that is homophobic, even though you're both part of marginalized groups. And like Dewey says, you could be a gay, a white person who's gay and racist. It's like, yeah, as a gay person, like, you also know that being a part of a marginalized group sucks, but you're also just going to hate you're also going to marginalize another group, right? Like, I don't know. All throughout history, this has happened. Like, like Italians, for example, right? Like, I'm not like back in the day, like the 1800s, early, like like the 1800 time period when everybody was coming to America and shit like that. A lot of Italians came and they lived in New York City. A lot of the white people that lived there at the time, like OG colonists, that came from like England and the Dutch and shit like that, they hated Italians. Like, they looked at Italians as like lesser than, right? These are white people just hating on white people, right? Now we think of them all as white, but back in the day they were like, nah, they're Italian, they ain't white, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once the Italian people were kind of accepted in a sense, and the Irish started coming. The Italian people hated the Irish people, and it's just like you were marginalized. Now it's like logically I'm with you, but just historically, it's just people don't tend to think of it that way. Like to have that empathy and that like I have this shitty lived experience. The logic is you wouldn't want other people to have that shitty lived experience, but they go ahead and marginalize other groups for this, not the same reasons, but for similar reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
The reason why I laughed earlier when you were talking, Pooch, is because I just played that Dave Chappelle skit in my head. The black racist, like he was blind, black racist, blind. What's his name? Clixton or Clixton?
Yeah, Clixton, some Hughes.
Yeah, he
like
was.
that.
He would say he would think he was white when he was blind black man being a KKK. He wrote books. These guys worshipped him like he was a fucking.
He divorced his white wife because she had a black husband. In that skit.
It's fucking wild. Yo, Dave Chappelle's the man. That man's hilarious. But I think the reason why there's not a lot of gay rappers is because once I think the community of rap or somebody who's running the rap game knows that that person is gay or something, they probably put up walls to stop them. So maybe the gay rappers just kind of get their foot in and then they come out. Like, because at first no one knew Lil Nas X was gay. You know what I mean? When he dropped that whole Old Country Road and shit with Billy Cyrus, like no one knew he was gay. And then like not even like I swear 2 months later after that shit dropped and it was hot and famous, things started coming out. Oh, he's gay or this or that. And then he was just like, he said, yeah, so what? I'm gonna make hits and I'm gonna keep doing it. Then he started dropping, you know, he came out fully, you know? And I have no problem with that. I think, you know, love whoever you want to love, be what you want to be. But I think sometimes you have to kind of hide it to make the money, I guess, or get into the rap game. Because, you know, if he came out saying that he was gay and he became a rapper, do you think he would have been as big as he is now? Like, it's kind of, you know, shitty to say, but I don't think he would have. I think there would have been some type of wall barriers or something that someone would have prevented him to do it.
I mean, you're talking about the way it is rather than like the way it should be, and you're right. Like it probably would have negatively affected his career, honestly. Which is bullshit.
You had like 1 billion white kids all over. Obviously, there's not 1 billion people in America, but you had every fucking white kid in America bumping Old Town Road. And all the kids were bumping that shit. But you telling me if that dude was gay, all them Christian people would have been like, hell nah, we ain't bumping this gay shit. Like they would have fucking hated the living fuck out of this guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's just a fact of life and sorry, I'm not saying just white people. I'm just saying a lot of like religious groups. I know a lot of Hispanic people, a lot of black families. Like if they just straight up knew that Lil Nas X was gay when that song dropped, they're not letting their kids listen to that shit.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, it's a shame. Like it's just a fact of life. But like Tony's saying and Mateo was saying, it's just another form of like code switching. Like when you go out into the world, you need to put on this facade of who you really are so that certain doors don't close on you. You know what I'm saying? So like there's ways that I speak in my personal life that would be unacceptable when I go to work. And I don't talk that way at work and I don't act that way at work, even though it more closely resembles who I am. But I need to be this other person. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to eat and feed my family the same way, you know? And it's...
Put your business suit on. That's all it is you got your job suit and then you got your regular suit. Unfortunately for me, I'm lucky enough that my job, what I work in, I don't have to wear suits like that. I think once I get that promotion and become in like manager skills, then I have to wear a suit. But other than that,
you're talking a metaphorical suit, right?
Yeah. Not a physical fucking suit.
No, I'm picturing you over here doing like your mechanic work in a suit. I was like, seems like a bad
suit.
Call, bud.
I'm in the wrong line of business.
Yeah, it's just a shame. Like, you know, people look at people with like dreads and they'll be like, oh, that person is like
gangbanger, drug dealer,
or just dirty. Like people look at dreads as like dirtiness.
Although, you know, it's funny. Back in the days with black people having dreads, there were, people look at it like that. But when a white person had dreads, he was like a beach bum and it had a bajo. Like, that was one thing that I know a bunch of people were saying, like, oh, that white kid has dreads, that shit's gotta stink. Like, that, there was like a stigma that people put on him. It was like, oh, this man definitely smells. He's gotta be always in the beach or smelling like dirty water or some shit. And I was just like, or maybe he just wants dreads. Like, the fuck? Like, it's nothing. To me, dreads is a hairstyle. There's some of them that are weird. Like, they got like well, it's not weird. It's just, I guess I don't understand it, but it's a flow. It's the thick ones. They got like one big thick. What's it called?
Spot 'em got 'em.
Spot 'em
The one
got
like
'em.
Spot 'em
Got 'em. But,
yeah.
But I've seen it way before him. I've seen it way before him.
It's a Florida thing. It's like a real aggressive, like it's, and I really only see people in Florida doing that, like the Kodak stuff. Like that's a very Florida thing.
You're just gonna have 5 dreads on your head.
Yeah,
it's like 5
Those
thick
shits
dreads.
are fucking massive. Like, yeah, that shit. It looks strange, but it's because it's uncommon.
Yeah, it's like a very aggressive look. Like
just like the Texas shit. Them boys got the rat tail thing.
Yeah,
Mexicans
that
been doing
shit
it for a minute.
crazy.
But they got it to where they get a fro and then they go it down to a Caesar and then the fro's in the bottom back half. I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
it looks so weird, but that's like a Texas thing.
yeah.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's crazy.
I know when
I remember Roy Jones had a haircut like that. I never understood that shit.
Really?
Just like a fucking strip of hair on the back of your head, even though you have like a totally like a Caesar or like you're bald or some shit like that.
Tony's not in the Zencaster.
He hasn't been. Come on though. He's on. It hasn't worked for weeks.
he's in Audacity.
My bad. Sorry. I was looking up the haircuts.
Yeah, but yeah,
I
was making a point about how certain hairdos and are just considered dirty, and like certain clothing is considered dirty or looked down upon. I find it strange, like how we've all settled on like a suit is like when you see someone wearing a suit, you're like, damn, that dude's well
People
dressed.
treat you different when you're in a suit. It's crazy, bro. Just people in general. Just put on a suit and go out. People will treat you differently.
So
I've dropped the link in the general text to the hairstyle.
Another Google search.
Yes.
So I will say I would actually, I think it'd be cool to see some more like openly gay artists in like the hip hop space. I think it'd be cool to see like what they come up with.
You know what's really cool in Brazil? They make Brazilian rap and hip hop, and everybody names themselves MC Carlo, MC this, MC that.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool. Bro, their representation in Brazil is fucking incredible because they'll make rap music videos. Not only will they have gay rappers, but they'll have women and men shaking their ass in the video, but the men be throwing it back harder than the women be throwing it back. I say, God damn, that nigga's shaking his ass.
Yeah.
Yo, it's awesome, bro. I suggest everybody go look up Brazilian rap and stuff.
Even
like
Dominicans,
that.
like in Dominican Republic, those
No,
rappers. There's a lot of them.
do not.
What? There's a lot of music videos of Dominican rappers that are gay, and they're singing and dancing and shaking their ass. What are you talking about? No, they're not.
I don't think it's a lot. I think there's a few.
I've seen it,
and I think half of that shit is just them kind of. It's all like in fun and like making fun of, like just for comedy, because a lot of Dominican music is for comedy.
So they're just making fun of gay people.
No, they're doing it because they know that people would laugh. Like even like Doey finding this thing so humorous and so like interesting is because it's just different. It's so different that people are going to be entertained by a man shaking his ass in a video is funny because it's like it's so
it's the
not
shock
common
value.
to see that people there's a comedic element to it. Should it be funny? Probably not. Like, but I think it's funny. It kind of stems from some homophobia that like seeing a man shake his ass is either you're either watching it because you like watching men shake their ass, which is then
I can't believe you called me homophobic for listening to gay hip hop.
I don't think I called you homophobic.
He didn't call you that.
Yeah, you said that I find it funny because I'm homophobic, and I like it because I'm homophobic.
I didn't say that, but
Yo, pop my booty like a willy, nigga. I'm for really, nigga. We
So
in the hood taking booty pics.
Doey loves listening to this. It's like parody hip hop, and they just say nonstop the dirtiest, nastiest, like gay shit. Like, and it has nothing to do with being gay. Like, it's part of that music. Like they could
So
be talking about straight sex. They're just talking about like just nonstop. Every single lyric, every single bar is about penetrating something or doing some type of sexual act.
Is it?
And on top of that, it's all about doing it like, man on man, because again, it's funny. Why is it funny? Because it's uncommon and people are homophobic. People didn't grow up with this type of shit, so it's like there's a comedic element to it. I can't imagine another like reason why it would be funny.
Is it made by gay artists, or is it
for me?
No.
This shit is disrespectful.
The reason why it's funny is because he's taking super aggressive gangsta music and like flipping it.
Yeah,
because
this shit is a form of disrespect to the gay community, I think. Because all you're doing is pop my willy like a booty now. Like, that's just, you're making fun of gay people or the community.
He says in New York, my niggas don't suck one cock, they suck the whole block.
This shit, and you love listening to it. This is some hateful shit.
I would have to look into it, but it sounds like it might be problematic, honestly, bud. Like,
I mean, I think it's definitely there's a part of it that's definitely problematic. I don't think that it's making fun of gay people. The intent is that anybody who like grew up in like an area where like how we did, right? Where being gay was a terrible thing growing up. Like, anybody who grew up like that would find that music hilarious. They'll be like, "What the fuck?" and they'll turn it off, they'll just laugh hysterically.
It sounds kind of
like, it's why you got like in South Park, a Big Gay Out track, right? Where all he's talking about is a bunch of just doing gay acts. They dropped that "Back That Ass Up," right? Where Big Gay Al is the one talking about men backing their ass up.
Yeah.
A lot of people liked it and found it hilarious because picturing men shaking their ass is hilarious. Why is it hilarious? It's because we have some ingrained homophobia in ourselves.
Yeah. It's crazy.
All stemming from the church once again.
Yeah. So no, Doya, I'm not saying that you are homophobic. It's loaded as fuck to call someone homophobic.
You're
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there is some homophobia still. I mean, I grew up homophobic. I grew up a Catholic, like, so I had negative views about gay people, right?
Dude.
I don't feel that way anymore, and I don't think I've ever done anything that I could recall that's like, over the line. I've never done anything to a gay person or anything like that.
You've never done anything you would consider unforgivable,
right? But yeah, I mean, I had fucked up views for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Do y'all think it's possible to be friends with someone that's homophobic? Do you think you have to?
It's gonna be. I like I said, bro. I cut that. That's really where I cut the line. Homophobia, vaccines, and thieves. Like, I can't get down with people like that. Once I see those traits in you, I start to back away and start to like. And if they ask me like, "Yo, how come you stop hitting me up?" I'll let them know, like, "Dude, that shit you be doing, the shit you be saying, that shit is not cool with me."
So for me, I think it depends on. You're telling mute yourself. I think it depends on the extent of the homophobia. I think, I think we could all agree like homophobia is not good, but I think there's like, it's a spectrum, and then there's also like, like, for example, like I'm saying, right? Like I grew up Catholic, right? If you would have talked to me at a certain point in time, I'd have said some things that me right now wouldn't be cool with, and I wouldn't want to be friends with myself, right? But I have friends, right, that have like homophobic tendencies, but throughout the years, they're moving along a path that I think is good. You know what I'm saying? So I think like, you know, if you know, I have family that might be like, yo, like I don't got nothing wrong with gay people. I don't have no problems with them or nothing like that. But like I don't like seeing like two men kissing or holding hands, right? Like if that's somebody's view, right? I would be like, you know, I would talk to them about it and be like, why that's fucked up. But I wouldn't view that necessarily as like unforgivable, like I'm cutting you off from my life type of shit. Because I feel like you're like in the area where like a couple conversations, some exposure to different groups and cultures, and it's like, you might have like a changed opinion over time.
So you won't stop talking to them or being their friends if they viewed it as
like if being around gay people made them uncomfortable, which is really what I'm saying. No, I wouldn't. But I think there's degrees to that, right? Like if somebody's like, nah, fuck, like, oh fuck, I don't ever want to be around gay people and shit like that. I'd be like, I would not want to be that person's friend. Or like you have people that are like Doe mentioned earlier, parents abusing their children over being gay. I think that shit's unforgivable, and I wouldn't want anything to do with that person. Or people that are like, if my kid was gay, I would kick them out, or do conversion therapy, or disown them and things like that. Yeah, I wouldn't. I think those are lines that we're crossing that I wouldn't want anything to do with.
Wait.
So pause. Just to call it out a little bit more cleanly. This has been an ongoing discussion we've had this week. The conversation is basically, to what level do you need to respect other people's opinions if you're going to be in some kind of relationship with them, whether it's friendship, actual relationship, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Go back to that conversion therapy.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
Is
It is a thing.
I'm assuming that this is something that if I come out gay, my parents want to put me in therapy to change me back straight.
And that is? And they basically abuse you. They're usually religious services, and they typically will abuse you. They give you like,
oh yeah, I'm straight as a fucking edge. Oh yeah, straight as fuck. Yeah, and then they get the fuck out of there and they go live their life. But a lot of people resist, and they're like, no, this is who I am. And those people go through a very hard fucking time, bro.
That's insane.
I don't know. I think you should read more up on it and stuff like that. I don't think saying that the smart people do something is accurate.
No, I'm not saying like that. I mean, maybe the lucky gut people like just lie and like.
Yeah, I'm saying you should like
read up on it
into those conversion therapies, because it's really fucked up. Like how
they do shock therapy and everything.
Yeah. I'm not even saying like the actions that they're doing are bad. They're clearly bad. I'm saying that it's more of a mental fuck up, because a lot of people, the people that would put their children in a conversion therapy are typically very religious people, right? That also means they raise their kids very religious. So their kids grow up knowing that in church and all that, in religion, like gay is bad, being homosexual is bad. So they have this struggle within themselves already. A lot of times when a parent is like, yo, we're going to put this kid in conversion therapy, that kid is accepting of that because they know that what they feel and what they think is a sin in their religion. And when they go to those conversion therapies, a lot of those kids initially want to be converted because they're all, they're like already like mentally fucked up.
Crazy. I didn't know
it's really fucked up. And a lot of people come out of that thinking that they're actually straight now, like they're no longer, they are converted now.
That's crazy.
The guy who pretty much invented these conversion therapies is a gay man who's been converted through it, and he's now openly gay, and he regrets like ever like trying to come up with all this is a really fucked up story. Like how all this stuff plays out is really like a big mental fuckery, because like they themselves grew up religious. They themselves know that the feelings they're having are a sin, and they themselves don't want to be sinful, but they themselves want to accept themselves as well. And a lot of them go willingly into these places, and because I say willingly, I don't know. Obviously, it's not willingly in the sense that like if you're fucking with somebody's mind to make a certain decision, then they're not really giving consent. I'm saying that in the moment they're agreeable to it because of the ways in which they've been raised, you know?
Yeah, if your option is to be disowned by your family and cut off, or to go into conversion therapy and get right in the eyes of the Lord, like, yeah, you're going
easy
to
choice.
Yeah, you're going to
like you're like, oh, obviously I want to go to heaven for eternity. Like how, like I don't know.
That's brainwashing
really
101 right there.
Not to mention you grow up and you're supposed to be able to trust your parents and know that they know what's right for you. And some people are not cut out to be parents.
No, that's a fact. It's a 100% Fendi.
So, do y'all have Republican friends? We all lean at least centrist, if not left, on this for the most part. There might be some issues that are a little bit more conservative for some of us, but do y'all think you can have Republican friends? Do you think that is a thing? I've got some libertarian friends. I've got some Republican adjacent people, but like, I don't know if I've got any straight like Republican friends. I don't know if our ideals could mesh up.
I think it's stupid that you can't be cool with somebody, like, or you can be cool with somebody through your whole life, and then they become Republicans, and you're a Democrat, and you're just okay. We're not gonna be friends now. It's like everyone has different views on life or government or policy or religion or whatever it is. Like, so we can't coexist because your views are just a little different than mine.
Well, he's not. I don't think you should murder them. What do you mean you can't coexist?
Like if you was a Republican or I was a Republican,
you're saying that we can't be friends? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, like we can't be how we are now. Like if I was a Republican,
I would pick your brain a little bit. I would pick your brain. I would try to.
That's crazy.
Because there are some non-negotiables for me. If you think that like the solution to illegal immigrants is to put brown people in camps in the middle of the fucking desert and basically give them minimum amounts of water and food and not grant them the same asylum that you grant other groups, no, I don't think that we can. I don't think we can fuck with each other. If you think that gay people shouldn't be allowed the same rights and freedoms as us, or any other marginalized part of the LGBTQ experience shouldn't be allowed the same rights as other people, I don't think that we agree on a fundamental level about what empathy is and what it means to be a good human. So no, I don't think that we could be friends.
Once I hear that somebody likes Donald Trump and they're a Trumper, it's very hard for me to want to be friends or around that people, family included.
Well, those people obviously have a break from reality, because you can show them footage of, man, I'd hate mentioning Trump on this podcast. I really do, because I wish that man would just fade into obscurity. But those Trump supporters, you can straight up show them footage of this man saying things, and it's not proof enough for them. They're always like, well, what he actually meant was, well, why didn't he fucking say that? Why he can use his words? He's got 20 microphones in front of him. Why didn't he say what he actually means then, instead of calling all brown people rapists and murderers?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you guys broke it down. I was just literally trying to see, like, you guys went really in depth with it, but if people were fucking Republicans or Democrats or liberals, like
libertarians,
a perfect actual word. I don't think I would necessarily hate you. I would say that your views are misguided, and keep it 100. No. But I wouldn't. If Doughboy wanted to become a Republican all of a sudden, I'd be like, why? And then I'll try to see what his reasoning is for. Maybe he doesn't follow 100% of the Republican ways, because there are some Republicans that don't agree with the Mexican thing or the gay pride hateful shit that they do or say. So, I mean, does that not make him Republican then?
You can.
I mean, those things aren't inherently Republican, right?
I mean, that's how you guys just put it.
Well, I never actually got to respond to you. I didn't actually
All right,
say
go
any
ahead, my bad.
words. So you said that you think it's stupid that if you had a friend that is Republican and then you were like, I don't want to be their friend anymore, like you think that's stupid. I would say that you aren't fully thinking of the ramifications of like what a political choice is and what a vote means or what the impact of your vote is. Like, if it's unfortunate, right? Because I'm with you. Like, I have friends that are Republicans, right? And I'm not like immediately like unfriending them, even though I think I should. Like, I view it more like what pieces do they believe or agree with, right? That I think are hateful enough that I'm like, all right, that this is where I draw the line. And that's even me being a bit
Nice about
contradicting myself. No,
Oh.
I'm not being that. I'm saying that's even me like contradicting myself in a sense of contradicting my beliefs, because the reality is that if you voted for Donald Trump, all those kids that ended up in cages, like you green lit that. Like whether you agree with it or not, you did. Like your vote caused that to happen.
Now,
right.
Now let's also mention though that Biden is continuing a lot of these same policies, and that's a real piece of shit move. And I'm gonna have to think real fucking hard about where I'm tossing my vote in this next election.
The Obama administration built the camps, so it's like it goes back.
I mean, that's very.
Is that a whole segment? Is that another?
Well, it's complicated because some of these places were built for reasons, and then other people use those places for different reasons. And then right now, the Biden administration, they are using those camps, and people are in cages, but they're not separating family. They're not separating children and their parents the way that Donald Trump and them were. And the reason these places are oftentimes being used is because it's what's available. Like, and the whole kids with cages, like as a slogan, it was very sensationalizing like what was happening. Like it's worded that way to like get a reaction or whatever. The reality is, the problem is that you're separating, you got two people you catch coming over the border that are coming over illegally, and there's an adult and a child, and they were ripping that adult and the child apart and putting the adult in one place and the child in another place, and then just having them fend for themselves. Like, that's abusive in and of itself. The reasoning was, well, you don't know if that person was actually sex trafficking that kid or blah. Like, that was kind of like the guise that they used to like justify those actions. But we're like getting in the weeds or whatever. I'm saying though, these places are built near the border, and there's like a crazy influx of like illegal immigrants. So they were using those, like the Biden administration is like still using those places to kind of like sort out what they're gonna do with those like people. It's fucked up because they're not the most like
good looking, friendly places.
No, not good looking. Conditions are terrible for people. Like, these are not places that people need to be living in at all. So it's definitely fucked up.
Yeah, they barely are meeting the needs for survival, especially in these bordered areas where, fuck man, the real feel in Texas yesterday, I want to say, was like 108 degrees here in Austin.
Right.
Imagine being in a tent out in the fucking sun with no shade for that. Like,
right. So, I mean, if they're not making moves towards correcting this, building newer facilities or updating them to more livable standards, then yeah, like we need to vote for different people and support different people for sure.
What are unbreakable things for you, Tony? Like, what would stop you from being someone's friend? What is an opinion they could hold that would stop you from being someone's friend?
Stealing. couldn't be around a stealer. If you steal from that person, you could steal from me. Same thing with cheating. Like, and
is it the act of cheating, or is it thinking that cheating's not wrong? Like, it would be a habitual cheater, like, because stealing isn't in and of itself like an opinion on things, but your opinion could be like, stealing isn't that bad. Here's what my opinion is. Like, what
right,
if,
like, is there an opinion that someone could have?
Like, what, like,
be like
like
I
what,
don't wanna be cool with them.
like, what if my opinion was that stealing from corporations is not wrong, but stealing from people is wrong? And let's say that I was all on board. We go to Target. I'm tossing shit into my pocket.
Some
or
Robin
something.
Hood shit. Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yeah. So would
like
that
steal from the rich to give to the poor?
No, I mean, I would just be giving to
give
myself.
to himself.
But would that be a friendship breaking opinion? Is thinking that stealing from corporations is right, but stealing in general is wrong?
I think stealing in general is wrong. Stealing from corporation.
So he's asking. You're saying that if you knew someone was a thief, you wouldn't want to be friends with them.
If Pucho was stealing from Doughboy, I wouldn't want to fuck with Pucho.
Yeah. Oh my god. If I stole from Publix, would you be my friend? Is what Mateo's asking. Yes.
For yourself,
you would be my friend.
Probably.
100%. You have friends that are thieves. Come on.
Nigga done walked off with a couple of pub sub sandwiches without paying for them before. I'm just gonna be out and throw that out.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. No, yeah, I guess in that aspect, yes, I'll still be your friend. But like stealing from friends and shit, I don't fuck with that. Like if corporation shit, maybe because it doesn't affect me negatively. Okay, I wouldn't give a fuck. Maybe there's my middle grounds for that. Right.
Now more specifically, we're saying, is there an opinion that someone could have of a thought, a belief that would be like, I'm not going to be friends with this person?
For stealing or just in general?
Just in general. Just in
Wait,
general.
why are you stuck on stealing?
You're hyper focusing.
I don't know, because y'all niggas was hyper focusing on the stealing, so I was just like,
you brought up stealing. You're the one who
I gave
brought
two
it up.
options: stealing, cheating, and like raping kids and shit, and all that shit. That's the shit I won't. I'll draw the line.
Oh my god! I don't understand. Hold on. None of this is an opinion. They're all actions. Like someone. Like I'm asking. Like, what opinion could someone have that you would be like, I'm not gonna be friends? It sounds like nothing, because you're basically saying they would have to commit terrible crimes
if they viewed everything that I think is wrong, then I'm not your friend. Like if you think it's okay to fucking touch little kids, yeah, I'm not your friend. That's my. If your opinion is like, hey, it's okay that these things happen or whatever, like it's all right. I'm questioning your ability as a human being. Like if you think it's okay to have sex traffickers, I'm questioning that.
These are objectively horrible things. Like you.
Those are my fucking things. What the fuck you want? Are you giving your fucking opinion on things that you don't like? You don't like certain shit. Mateo don't like certain shit. I give my opinion. You guys are fucking.
I guess I've never met anybody in my entire life who holds these views. So it seems like a nonsensical list of things. Realistically, is there anybody in the world? Is there anybody in the world that you're just like, I can't fuck with them because of their views? That are regular?
I don't fuck with Trump because of his fucking views. That's one, right? Is that good enough? Or you guys want me to continue
so
on?
What does Trump believe that you think? Because
the man's an idiot. The man thinks that Mexicans back. I don't know. He changes his views on shit. Like all the immigrants are drug dealers and rapists and shit. Like that's fucking stupid. And then saying other shit. Like the man's retarded. His views is retarded. The Clintons, another group of people that are fucking retarded.
Can you stop? Stop saying, why do you go so hard?
Stop, Tony.
Why y'all screaming? Oh, because I'm saying the R word. That's another problem I have with you motherfuckers. Let's get into that shit. Y'all niggas, because society view words. The society view certain words as offensive. I get it. But I'm not saying that to fucking generalize a group of fucking people.
We just talked about
this
earlier.
No, because
I'm good. Because what this is gonna do, this is really gonna get real deep into the pod shit, and I'm good. I'm not gonna do that. We can, y'all niggas just live.
I don't know what you're upset about. So you're saying that basically, if you use a word without intent to like generalize or speak bad on a person, then it's okay to use.
certain words. Like I'm not gonna be out there screaming the
Yeah,
F
but
word
like why?
because I'm
Why
not meaning
certain
it
words?
towards that. Like
No,
I-
I'm sorry.
me
Yeah,
growing
I
up,
don't,
I
I don't
use
disagree.
these-
I'm saying why certain words.
because me growing up, those words weren't meant for, like they weren't really trying to. At that time, growing up, that wasn't meant to discriminate those type of people.
Yeah, no,
Now
no.
people
Yeah, I
are
don't-
doing it, so now it's like, oh, you can't say that word. It's like I'm not talking about them group of people. I'm not, or a group of anybody, like whatever the word I'm going to be using.
So the thought process is, though, you are grouping people that have that would be a medical term that would be applied to them in with people that you think are idiots, ignorant people, naive people, whatever correct term you want to use for it. And people that are just listening to this randomly don't know your intent. They're not going to give you the benefit of the doubt because you're using an ableist term.
No, I get that, but at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna be out here like screaming out certain shit and trying to actually pass on hate. I'm not a hateful person. I don't pass on hate. Just like that one time on Facebook when I saw funny shit on fucking Facebook, right? Funny memes, and I'll just not thinking much of it. I'll just fucking repost it because I thought the picture or something on it was funny. Pucho's like, yo, you sound like a bigot. Doughboy follows that train. Oh, you're a bigot. And then certain people started, like, as soon as y'all started commenting on that, I'm like, yo, wait, I wasn't agreeing with the post. I was just reposting because this one little part's funny. And you're like, oh, you sound racist. I'm like, fuck y'all niggas. If y'all think I'm racist, don't fuck with me. Because y'all know I'm not fucking racist. And I told everybody on the post that shit too. I was like, yo, if y'all really think I'm a bigot, don't fuck with me then, nigga, because you don't fucking know me. Fuck out of here. I'm not a fucking racist. I don't hate people who are gay. I don't hate anybody for their religion basis. I use certain words that don't mean the same words that I say with you guys. Like, I'll say the word bitch. Y'all hate that shit, but I'm not meaning it towards a female. I'm not meaning it towards a specific type of thing. It's just the way I talk. Yeah, that shit sounds maybe ignorant.
So
but I'm not trying to pass on hate.
I do think
you know what I mean. Yeah,
I do think you are confused about the problem with the word bitch, because there's no problem with using that word in general. It's when
y'all niggas have a problem.
No. This is why I'm saying you're confused. It's when you're referring to a woman specifically as a bitch. Like, instead of saying my wife, you say my bitch or something. That's problematic.
I call myself a seafood bitch all the time.
If I say to you guys, right, have a conversation, right? I was like, instead of saying my wife, but oh, that's my bitch. Do y'all find that disrespectful?
Yes.
Yeah.
That I'm calling my wife, that's my bitch. She's like my
She's
bitch.
not
That's
yours.
disrespectful to y'all.
Shit is degrading.
I guess life is different for everybody. I've heard Pucho call Lisa acting like a bitch. I heard Doughboy call other bitches. I never heard Mateo say it. But it's like when I do it, y'all motherfuckers want to point the eye and look at me crazy. So it's just like, all right, cool. I'll be the bad guy that y'all want to look at in this podcast and be like, oh, you keep saying this shit. When I heard you guys say this shit before, because you don't say it. Because you don't say it on the train, a bitch. No, because you don't say it on the pod. It's different. So it's like y'all putting y'all business suit on here right now, but then keeping it different on the pod.
I think people.
Be you, nigga. Don't be you.
I think
that's all I'm saying. Like, you come here on this pod and want to be like, oh, it's fucking, we can't say bitch.
I think
about females.
But
in the street, y'all want to say it.
I think this is the other side of this conversation that I wanted to get into, honestly, because my buddy Josh was telling me that he still has Republican. He's the man spent 8 years in Southern Alabama, right? That's a racist area. There's a lot of bigotry there. He told me that he thinks that you can be friends with people that you agree with about their views on racism and things like that, because you can influence them to be better. Like, you can level them up. You can one up them. This is not, and I think that this segues perfectly into this. This is not us attempting to say that you are a bigot or anything. We're saying that you are using phrases and terminology that people use to discriminate against other marginalized groups.
No, I understand that, and I'm just saying to you guys, like, I'm not trying to pass on hate. I'm just saying those words. If
something walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it might be a duck, man. And you're doing the walk and the talk with some of the words and the phrasing that you use.
It's hard to say that you understand and then you use the word "but" right after. It means that you don't really understand.
All right. So then, do you know what? We'll have a whole fucking thing here. I not gonna say it on this pod or at all. Right? I'm not gonna say it. The moment you fucking say it, I'm gonna kill you and drill you for it.
Yes,
That's
please.
it.
Please do.
I'm gonna kill you and drill you for it because I'm not literally describing. When I said the R word, retard. When I say I'm not trying to disrespect any special need kids or anything out there, right? But using the word, you can do that. That's I guess that's passing the hate on, right?
Tony, I say please do, because I think that's the entire spirit of this podcast. I think that's the spirit of our friendship in general. Even before this fucking podcast came up, is I think the spirit of friendship is holding each other accountable to be better than you were before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, like, y'all know when it slips up, when I slip up and say the word, I'm not trying to disrespect, but you guys hold it like, yeah, shit, yeah, you said that's like fuck, like my bad. I didn't mean to use the word. It's growing up, nigga. These words is the word. Like even saying nigga, I'm from the, like, I grew up in a population where that's Hispanics and blacks will say it to each other all the time, and now saying it is a problem. Like Pucho makes subconscious moves not to say nigga as much, but you know he does it. I think Doughboy does it. Mateo, I never heard you say the word.
Not my word
ever. But it's like even some people have a problem like saying, "Oh, you're saying the N word, nigga." It's like, bro, I grew up differently. And also I'm not white. You know what I mean? And yes, I say that because white people shouldn't say that N word. And even some, and I have a friend, John. He's black and he hates when anybody says the N word. Doesn't matter. And he always used to tell everybody that he hung with, yo, don't say that word. He even told me a couple of times when I'm arguing with his own brother, and his own brother would say, you know, he'd be like, yo, stop saying that word. And it's like, I get it. Like, yeah, we shouldn't say the N word, but it's hard. It's hard not to say it. You know, you're not saying it in a bad way. It's just like, I guess growing up, you're systematically just, that word is just like saying hello almost. You know,
right? So
you know what I mean?
The thing that I find confusing is that if you say it and you know you shouldn't say it,
it just slips.
It just slips. When people call you out and be like, "Yo, chill," like, you know, try to be a little bit more mindful. You shouldn't get so offended and get so like riled up about it. Like
y'all go hard.
Saying all I said.
Not you. Doughboy went extra hard with it.
You said retarded like 5 times before I said, all right.
I think it was twice.
I was like,
okay.
Back,
that's
Tony.
Besides the point. We're not doing a rewind. We're not doing a rewind.
Play it back, Tony. Yeah, I'm not. You said it a number of times that I was just like, all right. One time maybe a slip up. Trump is that. Then the Clintons are that, and then this, and I'm like, all right, dude, you like, yeah.
You already passed the threshold.
I thought it might have been a slip up,
so
I thought it was a slip up, so I shut the fuck up. You're saying it so many times, I'm like, all right, but let's try to correct this because I think it's fucked up. Personally, I don't like hearing that word.
And just for everyone out there, I do not disrespect. I don't want to sound like I'm disrespecting anybody of handicap abilities or disabilities at all.
Right.
I just used the word as a reference to whatever.
Stupidity.
But I get it.
You conflate having a, I'm not saying that you're doing this, but by using the word, you're conflating someone who has like they're basically autistic, right? Is what the, you know, when people say retarded, right? That's what they're saying is like you either have some mental handicap or you have autism, and those things being conflated with being an idiot or stupidity.
Yeah. And once again, that's just still the ignorant side, I guess. Yeah, right.
But
like
the fact that you were so offended and got so angry and all this pushback and all this, and then you're talking about like how we talk off pod and on pod.
Yeah, because y'all say the same shit I've said. Besides, I don't know about the retard thing, but
to that I say
the R word.
And to that I say, call us out, man. I'm 100% serious.
100%.
Like hold us accountable too. I don't know if there's anything I do, but if there is, fucking man, call it out. 100%. I want.
You're probably the only one here, Mateo, that's never. Well, I also don't hang out with you as much as I do with Pucho or Doughboy in life, but
Y'all got to get in Discord.
Even
man.
on here, you've never really said it. Well, Discord. But on here, you never really said it. But it's just like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm, as a dad now, I have to progressively get this done quicker, especially for this guy. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like I am changing every single day. And it's just like, you know, I don't want it to be like, oh, like you're just a hateful guy. I'm not. And if people think that, that's their opinion. Cool. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. Like, you are an ant to me in my world. Like I don't care. But at the same time, I can, I guess, understand and see what you're trying to say at some point sometimes. But like I said, I just got to change for this guy, pretty much is what needs to happen for a better future.
All we can change is the world around us, the world directly around us. So, you know, I'm just trying to make it a little bit better, bud.
One up your life.
So, Tony, get us out of this episode of Jerry Sprint, the One Up podcast.
Yeah, for real. Well, to all the fans and everybody out there, please like us on all platforms. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, even TikTok. Doughboy made a nice TikTok, the One Up podcast. Like us, subscribe. As you can see, we don't really hide our issues with each other. I
think if you actually go back to 1999, you can find our MySpace page and our Zynga page.
Zynga. Forgot about that.
Did MySpace exist in 1999?
I don't know, man. I forget when
it came out. Like 03.
Yeah, 04.
I would love to see our MySpace page now. I would love to see that.
Definitely had glitters.
Angsty teenagers.
You had glitters on your shit?
You don't remember all the fucking crazy things you could do?
Rotating
a
text.
lot of people had glitters. No, I was the too cool for MySpace. I never had a MySpace.
Damn.
Shit, I didn't even have a Facebook till 2010. 2011
Wow.
or some shit.
You didn't have a picture?
Well, thank again for listening and being here and liking and subscribing. We appreciate everybody. And go one up yourself.